good men, good ladies, welcome back. I am not prepared. There we go. All right. So we are going to be opening up the first round of Operation Hazard Bedlam 4 game pieces. So, fresh from the mailbox today. Just going to go straight into it. For anyone who doesn't already know, Operation Hazard Bedlam 4 is Pierce Brown and Lit Escalate's project to release what the next edition of the Red Rising universe is going to be. And so to do that, they have a few different phases. The first one is going to start off with some game pieces. And each game piece released last Friday, tomorrow, and the following Friday all have images revealing some part of the next edition of the Red Rising universe. So this week, I believe it was artwork. There's artwork, story, and something else. I don't know. Well, perfect. I have it pulled up right here. It's the cover, which was released last Friday, the story, which is getting released tomorrow, and the art, which is getting released on the 29th. That is available on litescalates.com. All right, so let's just go ahead and start getting this thing open. Doing my best to not slice any of these pieces. All right. So, all 4 stacks. Whoa! This is my receipt that none of you need to see. Whoa! All right. So here, thanks for playing Operation Hazard Bedlam 4. Stage 1, if you receive an instant winner game piece, follow the instructions on the back to claim your prize. Stage 2, Discord instructions can be found at hazardbedlam.com. That's right. So for Phase 2 of this, anyone who buys these game pieces will be able to join a Discord, and they're going to have some kind of competition in that, a way of like building community, some kind of community challenge. And that's the second phase of Hazard Bedlam 4, and it's also where Pierce Brown is going to release the next installment of the Red Rising series. Let me just go ahead and pull you guys up a little bit so you can get a better view of what I have. And then, all right, and then I'm actually going to try and rotate. Orientation is locked. Perfect. All right, well, portrait mode. Okay, so these are the first few pieces that I have, and then 3 patches. Honor in Primo, Honor in Ultimo. So Honor in the first, Honor in the last. It's a purple griffin. So it's looking to me like this next installment is going to involve some kind of Arcos, right? So, oh, Cameron, whoever just said hi, what's up, brother? And then Rock Octopus, hi as well. Thanks, guys, for joining the live. So, yeah, this should be some kind of hint towards the next installment of the Red Rising series, and it is looking like it's going to be something involving one of the Arcos. Now, whether that's Lorne, back in the days of the Rage Knight, or possibly something with Alexander during the 10-year Solar Republic War between Morningstar and Iron Gold, we don't know just yet, but pretty promising. And I did receive 3 of these patches, so what I'm going to end up doing eventually is I will select a few people, and I'm going to get these sent out to them, because I don't really need multiple of them, I only need 1. So for any of the lucky people who stick around and get selected, I'll be reaching out to get this stuff sent out to you, because this is actually a really cool patch. All right. Now, looking at the back of this card real quick, dry your tears, dear reader. Red Rising isn't ending with Red God. Enclosed game pieces reveal a bit about my newest tale, dropping on Shit Escalates on September 17th. Your confirmation email includes a Discord invite link. All right. So, now some of these might be instant winners, we're just going to have to go ahead and see. But as I start to open these, I'm going to try and piece this together as best I can. I did get a lot of game pieces. I'm not going to say how many, but I did get quite a few. So I think I have a pretty good chance of putting together a good portion of this. But I may have to just end up putting it on the ground. I don't think my table will be wide enough. All right. Okay. So good start right there. Definitely there's the griffin and part of the wing. There's the body. Not quite sure what that could be. Maybe a corner piece. Book. Okay. The word book is always good. Let's see if we can't build some space over here. So I do have a couple more of these like column pieces. I think these two are the same, but this one looks different. Think it might go like that. I think that looks pretty good. And then maybe even pushed up against here somehow. Maybe. We'll have to see about that. But let's see what else we can get here. That's a new piece. That's a new piece. That's a new piece. Okay, another promising piece. The book. All right, so it's definitely a book, whatever it is. That looks like the same piece. Yeah, another one right there. Let's see. Book. This looks... Is this a new piece or is it that one? No, this is a new piece. Doesn't quite fit on either of those. And I don't know, it doesn't really fit over there. We'll keep them around though. Those are definitely some kind of like edge piece. This is the same as that piece, so we're gonna just put that off to the side. We're gonna put all of our spare pieces off screen over here. If anybody sees anything, any pieces that could go together, just send it up in the chat. Another same piece. Same piece. All right. So let's get a bunch of these spread out. Oh, there's the left side of the wing. Nice. Nice find. That's new. No idea what it is, but new piece. Ooh. Odium I, or Odium 1. Okay, definitely going to be more to that. Oh, Lorne. All right. Huge find right here, guys. So, obviously, Lorne's name. It could be some part of a longer word, but I think that that's a pretty big indication that this could be about Lorne Owl Arcos. All right, there's a little colored piece right there. I'm gonna have to. Oh, hold on. Looks promising. All right, we've got something building here. And then something of, right? So the book of, or maybe the. Oh, that looks good. Okay, I think. Yeah, yep, because that little gold tip right there. So something of Lorne. Maybe like children of Lorne, right? And it could be about some of his sons or like progeny of Lorne. So many pieces. That's a repeat. That looks like a fresh one. All right, and then just so everybody knows, all of these images that are coming out for Hazard Bedlam 4, all of the images are 4x2, 4x6, 4x6 pieces. So that's 4 wide and then 6 tall. So I think we might actually be able to just build it right here. We might have just enough space. All right, now these look like, okay, those are definitely pieces to keep. Let's see what else. Odium 1. All right. We've got the bottom left portion of the griffin. Okay. Something of Lorne. A couple more Griffin pieces here. Just putting those off to the side. All right, and then another of these like pillar frame things. I actually think we might already have this. Yep, that's that piece. So I'm just put that off to the side. This is that top piece. That's a duplicate. This piece we actually have right here. This looks new. Yeah, that's new for sure. Oh, but hold on. All right, so we've got another wingtip right there. So I think this. Oh yeah. All right, there we go. That looks good. This also looks like a new piece, but still not quite sure. Unless, yep. Okay. All right, guys. So it looks like we have the, like the center part of the image here so far, which is good. I mean, I'm not even through the first pack. We've already got that much figured out, which is great. Already got that. Already got this. You can actually tell that it's pretty interesting. The printing machine prints some pieces brighter than others. I don't know if you guys can really tell, but like this definitely has a little bit of a darker black than the others. It kind of matches that a little bit more. Just a fun thing to point out. I'm sure they were printing crazy amounts of game pieces. And then let me just readjust the camera here so that you guys don't have to stare at my toes while we do this. Oh, they just keep coming back in. Might just have to throw on socks. Don't want to hand out these feet pics for free. Okay, there we go. That looks pretty good. All right, and I do think that ends our first stack. And what about this? No, that's actually a different piece. Oh, is that this piece? Yeah, it is. Yeah, one of the difficult things, like I just said about that print, different like color, is it makes it a little bit difficult to tell if some of these more like abstract pieces are different or the same and they just look a little bit lighter. But nothing too big of a deal. We can definitely get through that, no problem. All right, so another book of. All right, this wall piece is that. Originally, I was just going to splay all these out for you guys, but I'm just going to go ahead and let you guys look at every single one. But I will try and keep it moving. All right, now this is this piece right here. All right, there's the Griffin. Another pillar piece. I think this might actually be a new pillar piece. Yeah, no, this one definitely looks like a newer one. Might even fit like this. Okay. It's hard to tell if those actually go together. I actually don't think they do. Unless maybe. Oh, that looks promising. Okay. All right, I like how that looks. We'll go ahead and keep that there. And then can we match any of these? No. Nah. What about this one? Maybe we can get that to match up. Promising. Promising. I'm going to go ahead and leave it like that. I kind of like that look. And then do any of these really match up to this? No, not quite. They might end up going on the other side, maybe. All right, another wall piece, that's definitely just that piece right there. I gotta keep that pillar piece around. And then actually this pillar piece as well, because don't believe we have that anywhere. Even that one, yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and just get all these pillars onto this side. See if we can't build that up eventually. Another random one. Let's see here. No, I think we already have that one right here, yeah. A couple of elusive pieces. All All right, now this one is that piece right there. So I think we're going to go ahead and leave that. I've already got that. The griffin's already made. Lorne. I'm really interested to see what this of, like, above the of Lorne. You know, I mean, any way I, like that, maybe up here? Or maybe this goes down here? I'm not sure. Yeah, obviously this is upright because you have to be able to read the words. But we'll see what we can find for that. Now, this looks like a new piece. Yeah, I'm thinking this is a new piece. Here's some more pillar pieces. I'm actually going to leave this over here. Now, this is a pillar piece that we need. Ooh, that actually might go there. I like how that looks. I think that looks good. I'm gonna go ahead and leave that like that. And then I have this. So the other thing that's getting kind of difficult with these too, if you're noticing, is that obviously all the cuts aren't perfect. So, you know, it's kind of hard to tell if it's like 98% the same game piece, just cut a little bit different. Because if you did watch Escalate's recent post, they showed how they were doing it, and they were cutting these pieces by hand in their own like slicer. So there's definitely a chance for these images to be very similar, but not quite exactly the same. All right, that one is that piece. Got another wing. This same piece. All right, this one, this like 3-pillar thing. Yeah, I think it's that. This is that piece. All right, more Griffin stuff. Another one, I believe this is that. Oh, is it this? Oh, yep, it's that piece. So we've already got that. Don't know if we have this already. I don't. No, we do. It's this. All right. Of again, and then more of that. I think it's that piece, so we already have it. This pillar again, which is that piece. We're good. Oh, epi. All right, we've got something. Epiodium 1. I don't know. Those don't really look like they go together. Hey, for anybody watching, can you go ahead and look up, see if epiodium is a Latin word? You know, maybe Latin for episode or something. Because I don't know, these pieces don't really look like they go together, but I think it's definitely in line. So I'm gonna go ahead and keep that piece right there, and you know what? I'm actually gonna put them next to each other. All right, and you know, let's take a break real quick, see if we can't put any of these other pieces together that we've found so far. So no, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So that's already 4 high. Oh, that looks good. I like that. That this piece right here. Okay, you know what? I'm actually gonna raise you guys up just a little bit more so you can get some better perspective. Okay, and then that's what we're working with. Try and get this tilted up a little bit. Just a little bit tilted up. Okay, there we go. All right, so yeah, this is what we have so far, and I think, see that duplicate piece, just get rid of that. This is not a duplicate piece. I like that. That looks promising, right? So I think putting this down here is good. These pillars are definitely going to be a pain. So these two, I think, definitely go together. Now, whether or not that goes to this, I don't really know that. It's hard to tell. All right. Let's see here. Any of these other ones? Okay, get this. You know what? I think it's the Book of Lorne. Yep. Okay, that is starting to look promising. See, and we're dealing with 4 wide, 6 tall. So I think what that's telling us is that there's nothing more to the right. So it's got to be on the left, which is telling me that I think these pieces actually probably belong over here. So maybe we can get these lined up somehow. Oh, yeah, so there's a couple of wingtips that are cut off over there. And then if you look real close, you can see that they do have wingtips on that one. Right, so we've got that there. And then... no, that's not quite it. Let's see, does this one fit into it? No. This one... well, see, now I just removed that and I can't remember where it came from. But I think... I don't know, I think that's good. Oh, might have to take a quick pause, everyone. My wife and I did get 2 new puppies, and one of them seems to be calling right now. Let me see if I can't get this any better. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. So either there's one more row below or one more row above. And I actually think that this is going to be one more row below. But, I mean, as we see right here, the Book of Lorne. So for anyone who's just joining in, I 100% think that the next installment of the Red Rising universe is going to be about Lorne Owl Arcos. Super cool if that's the case. Him as the Rage Knight, his upbringing may be similar in certain ways to Darrow. I'm going to take a pause real quick. Everybody go ahead and just take a look at the pieces that we have so far. See if you guys can figure something out. And I'm going to go see what's making my puppy so upset. All right. On an unrelated note, my puppy just went to the bathroom, which is great because that means he didn't go to the bathroom in the house. So, as I was saying, Book of Lorne, this piece definitely goes right here. I don't think that piece goes right there. Not convinced. And I don't know, it doesn't really look like it goes up there either. Maybe something like this? See, that's starting to look pretty good. These pieces line up. This little white part here lines up. Okay, I like that. Definitely think that's good. And then we've got these other pieces, which these are just going to be hard to find. But I do think we can get these ones good to go. So this piece, now there's a little white mark up there that doesn't really line up with anything. Possibly this piece. Nah, that's not really, I'm not really seeing that. I'm going to keep a couple more of these pieces out here. We are very close. So the width right here, and then I think we have all 6 rows. It's going to be the Book of Lorne up top with episode something, Odium 1, Epiodium 1, something like that. Down here, they're going to be somewhere. But, all right. Then we have this as well. Actually, I think this, yeah, that piece lines up pretty well right there in the corner. And then I know that we have another piece that was, yeah, this. I think this might maybe go up here. Nah, we already have that piece right there. Okay. So yeah, that's not that corner piece. All right. Well, let's go ahead and get back into it. Oh. Could that? Not quite. That's not really, I don't know, that's not doing it for me. I wonder. No, I don't think that fits right because we've got these lines down here. So I'm going to go ahead and say no on that. Err on the side of caution. We're going to get back. For everyone who's just joining, so we are opening the Operation Hazard Bedlam 4 game pieces. We've got a lot of it done so far. As you can see, definitely think the next Red Rising installment is going to be about Lornau Arcos. Huge. Yeah, I think that's that piece. So we're just going through all these pieces one at a time, trying to see what we can identify. These pillars are definitely hard, and these corner pieces are kind of eluding us as well. Here's another golden piece. Yeah, it's just that. Another piece of the griffin. Already got that. Same piece. Let's see here. It's that. A lot of the same pieces. There's that. Already got the epi. Yeah, if anyone can go and see if epiodium might be some kind of Latin word, see if that's episode, because they kind of look like they could fit together here, but that's a weird gap between epi and odium. But you know, that would make sense, right? Epiodium 1, episode 1 of the Book of Lorne. All right, this. We have a piece like this somewhere, I swear. Don't know where it went to. It's right here. This has got to be, I mean, it's got to be on the right side. And no, see, it doesn't really fit well there. But like this marking on the sides, that's really telling me that it should be like there. And you know what? I do think that it does go there. So I'm gonna go ahead and leave that there. Doesn't quite seem like it lines up with that. And I don't know. I mean, the pillar piece doesn't really go there, but these two, I would imagine, have to go together in the center. But that doesn't really look like that lines up. And I would love to get rid of these things, these like squiggly pieces. 2, 4, 5. Oh, no, I've been messing this whole thing up. So it's 2, 4, 5. We have one more row. We have one more row to fit pieces in. Okay, that's huge. That's huge for us. See if maybe that piece fits there. No, that doesn't quite fit there. Maybe even up top it fits? No. Gotta find these. No, that doesn't really do much. up here, maybe? No. It's got to be one of them. I could see it being the bottom corner. Oh, yeah. Yeah, for sure. Okay, so that definitely goes right here. I think there's a row in between. This, I actually really do think that that piece goes there, and that we're just missing a few more. Epi... And that piece can't go there because it just doesn't look right. It's got to be right up next to this. Epiodium 1. All right. Making good progress. This, I don't... Do I already have... We already have this? No, I mean, this looks unlike any of the other ones so far. Unless it's like a sideways version or something. I wonder in the center, maybe? I don't know. Let's see. This wall piece, I think, is one of these? Or is this a... Oh, this might actually be a different wall piece. Yeah, because these two are the same. And then that's a piece right there, which is actually that piece. Okay, so we do still have those two. I'm getting the feeling that we might have all of these pieces, and I just haven't been able to piece it together yet. Where in the hell would this go? Bottom right, maybe? No. Top right? Oh! That looks good. Yeah, and so for anyone who is just recently getting here, right, the printing machine definitely prints out some of the pieces with a bit different shading. I don't know how easy it is for you guys to see that, but this looks pretty good up here. I think that is the corner piece. All right, now this. To me, this seems like a top right piece, you know? Oh, and I might just straight up be wrong, because that definitely did not look good. Maybe bottom right? Ooh, I like that. Yeah, now it definitely does look a little bit off, and I spoke about this before, where like they're cutting everything by hand, so these pieces aren't going to fit perfectly. But I think that that's the bottom right. Yeah, yep, because it fits perfectly right here. Okay, let's see what else. This piece is that, so we can toss that. Now, these ones, I feel like there should be something in the center. You know, that's a big gap to have just blank wall. You know, maybe. You know, see if maybe any of these sides fit. No. No, nothing really with that so far. Damn, nothing there. All right. Well, let's keep going. Already got that one. Already got that one. That one. This one? I'm not seeing. Maybe the top? No, it doesn't look cut correctly to be the top. Maybe the middle. Just see if it fits down there. And then... No. No, that doesn't quite seem right. I'll keep it around, just in case. But that doesn't look right to me. We already got... this piece, already got right there. Another griffin, the Odium 1. And, alright, so that's the end of 2 of 6 packs. Alright, moving on to the next one. This would be our 3rd of 6 packs. For anyone just showing up, if you haven't seen it yet, right, so that was the cool patch that came along with this. Honor in Primo, Honor in Ultimo, Honor in the first, Honor in the last, right? Arcos, Purple Griffin. So that was kind of our first hint to this, but we are almost done with the cover. Doing real well here. We're missing about 4 pieces. And you know, actually, we're really only missing like 2 pieces because we have these ones, and I just cannot for the life of me find where they go. Maybe like that? No. I'm just gonna drop this down a little bit so I can try and get this in here. Not quite. Yeah. Oh! I like how that looks. I think these little like wispy parts, yeah. Yeah, I think that fits. And I think that looks pretty good right there. And then we have this like big gash. Oh, hold on. So what if... Okay, so those definitely look good. Not quite perfectly fit together. But like I said, you know, with these pieces not being perfectly cut, I think we might end up seeing stuff like that. Because that looks really good, even though there's a little bit of a gap right there. But I like that. I think that looks pretty good. We'll see if maybe I can't find another one of this or this that fits into that spot a little bit better. And then I do think that this piece goes up here. And you know what I didn't do? I did not put anything under this so that we can try and flip it over. But we can always flip each piece over one by one towards the end. Still no instant winner game pieces, unfortunately. But hey, it is what it is. Epi already got it. The Griffin, the... of that one we already got. I feel like we have all of these pieces. Like, so this piece is actually, I think that piece, yeah. So that's a duplicate, but this one looks unique, right? I think that this one actually does belong in here somewhere. And so at that point, we're just missing one. And I can't tell. Maybe up here? I don't know. What do you think about that? Nah. Nah, that's not really... I don't think that fits. But it goes here somewhere, for sure. Honestly, I think it goes here. I think it goes here, and that goes right up to there. And then, you know, maybe I even have... No, because that piece definitely goes there. But this one, maybe this is the corner piece. Oh, yeah. All right, progress. I like that. So now we just need... that piece, and I wonder if that I don't know. I mean, what do you guys think? Like, that looks pretty good to me. Not perfect, of course. But I mean, that looks pretty damn good. I can't imagine where else this would go, or if this were like a duplicate, because it just really doesn't look like any of the other pillars. I think that's our final piece, guys. Okay. All right. Well, go ahead, clock it in if this is correct. 39 minutes and 50 seconds. Now, we are still going to go through the rest of these game pieces, just so we can check all of them out, but I think we got it. I think we solved it. This one, already got right there. Already got the wing, odium, pillar right there, another griffin. Yeah, guys, I think we solved it. Let's see that piece. Lorne. That piece again. Odium. Already got those two. Already got that one up top. Yeah. Yeah, we got it. I think we're good to go. All right. We'll see if maybe we get anything cool for solving it so fast. And I still have 3 more packs of these. All right. So I tell you what I'm going to do right now, because I do think we have it solved. I'm actually just gonna rapid fire go through these to see if we do have any instant winners on them. Because I'm not seeing any, and I don't think we need to check for additional game pieces right now. No. 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 No, no. Nope. All right. So that finishes up. That finishes up pack 3 of 6. So we can go ahead and get started on the next one. All right. Nothing there for these guys, really. I am interested to see what the back of this is going to look like, you know, because it is definitely some kind of like star. I haven't seen anything to suggest that it would be like a planet or something. You know, but it is, you know, some kind of space image on the back. No. Alright, let's see here. Nope. Come on, instant winner. See if we got something. No. No, no. No, no. No, no. 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 Okay. Nope. 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 Yeah, just running through these. An advanced reader's copy would be sick. I don't know if we're that lucky. Probably not. It's all right. We got more drops starting tomorrow, though, and then we got another one the week after that. So plenty of opportunities. All right, that's pack 4 of 6 done. We're on 5 of 6 now. Go ahead and take a sip of some coffee out of my very cool Howler mug that my wife got me. All right. Same thing. We're just going to go through this bad boy rapid fire. Everything that's not flipped, I'm just going to put down and check later. See if we can't go through these even faster. All right. I'll just keep that. There we go. That one. That one. All right. Those two. A lot of these are backwards. Yep. All right. Let's see here. Backwards, backwards. Backwards, 3 backwards. Another griffin wing. Nothing. All right, let's check these pieces. Not seeing any instant winners. All right, and real quick, I'll check this card again. So, hey, for everyone who just joined, Operation Hazard Bedlam 4, we have the cover of the next installment of Red Rising, and it's looking like the Book of Lorne, Epiodium 1. Pretty sure that means episode 1. And we did get 3 of these cool patches with our game pieces. So that says Honor in Primo, Honor in Ultimo, Honor in the First, Honor in the Last, the Arcos family motto slogan, and then a cool griffin on the front. And I did end up getting 3 in total. So what I'm going to end up doing is, picking a fan of the channel and sending out, or picking 2 fans, and then send 1 of each of these to them. Because I don't need 3, I only need 1. I'll go ahead and just keep that up there so everyone can see that. So the reveal a bit, your order confirmation. Yeah, so I'm not seeing anything specific about what an instant winner game piece would look like. I imagine it would look very different, not just on the back, but on the front too. So, but that clears up bag 5 of 6, and now we are on bag 6 of 6. So let's go ahead and see what we can find. No. All right. Just going through these rapid fire. Seeing what we can get. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything crazy. Just taking any of these backwards facing pieces and setting them aside. Try and go through this even faster. All right. There you go. That's there. Oh, we're getting close to the end, guys. I don't know if we're going to have any instant winner pieces. Right. There's that. Okay. Yeah. Not seeing any instant winners. But it's all good. Let's see. One last chance to find these. There's no instructions on the back for any of these, so I doubt any of them are instant winner pieces. And it's looking like no. All right. Well, we may not have gotten any instant winner pieces, but I do think that we did solve this. And it is looking like the Book of Lorne is going to be the next installment of the Red Rising series. Super pumped for that. I'm a big fan of Lorne. Him being a mentor to Darrow, obviously having a huge influence on him. And he just seems like a pretty cool guy. So I think he'll have some sick stories that Pierce Brown will be able to tell. And I'm really excited to see if it's going to end up being another book or maybe kind of like the Sons of Ares graphic novels. I'm a huge fan of illustrations. I think graphic novels are really awesome. And I would definitely love to see that. But thanks everybody for tuning in. We did solve part of the mystery. Next set of game pieces drops tomorrow. And that's the story. So we're going to actually get an excerpt of this Book of Lorne, episode 1. And hopefully I will have those game pieces no later than next Thursday. Plan to do a similar opening just like this to see what we can discover about the next installment of Red Rising. Thanks so much for joining, guys. And keep it real. Check out the channel, see other cool content that we have, and leave a comment. Follow, subscribe if you guys like what you're seeing, or make suggestions for new stuff. We'll see you next time on House Mars TV.